What is up, everybody? We are back for week 8 after a damn successful week 7. 11 and 12, respectively, on the Dubs columns. I'm
Take that.
happy with that. You're almost back to even.
I'm getting there,
Right
man.
there. And this
Gotta
game
crawl my
last
way
night,
back up.
helped.
Hmm.
So we're gonna be completely honest with how this went. We mad forgot to make our pick for yesterday. Um,
Yes.
but it worked out because at the time when I checked what the spread was, I was trying to avoid seeing the score, but it was tied, so it worked out. I ended up taking Minnesota. You took the Rams. We didn't have really any time to look into it or discuss it. It was just a
Nah, it was just like you said, they were both tied.
yeah.
Both of them were basically playing well.
Yeah,
Um,
it was just run with it in the moment.
yeah. He
Uh,
said Vikings. I was like, fuck it. I
I'll
mean,
take the other side. I
I'll
will
just take the other
say, if I had known that Puka Nakua had been reactivated, I would have taken the Rams. I didn't know Puka was playing. But it is what it is. So after that game, our current records, Brett sits at 52, 55, and 3. He's only down by 3. I'm at 58, 49, and 3. I'm up by 9 on the solo standings. In comparison, I'm leading Brett by 6. Or I guess technically like a 12 swing, but it's weird how that works out. Um, but we're right there. This is
and we have one less defeated team in the NFL.
That's true. Matter of fact, since you last saw us, they've lost twice, which is crazy. Last week, undefeated. Now, 2 losses. It's crazy how
Hmm.
timing works out on that. The only team left that is undefeated is the one and only Kansas City Chiefs, who just got DeAndre Hopkins added to their team, which is just stupid. On top of that, the only other team that doesn't have more than one loss is the Detroit Lions. They're the only one loss team. As for one win teams, Carolina, New England, Cleveland, and Tennessee, all still looking for a second dub. We'll talk about it. We'll see if we think any of that's going to happen this week. We already talked about Thursday Night Football, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. Let's talk about this first game on Sunday. We got the Baltimore Ravens heading to the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
Jameis Winston is starting because Deshaun Watson is out for the season with an Achilles tear. Cleveland getting 8.5 at home against Baltimore. How you feel about that?
You know, I appreciate you asking. I feel real good about this one. I feel solid. I feel ready. I feel like we're gonna fight hard. Um, Sorry, what were we talking about again? Oh, right. Yeah, Baltimore's gonna win this game. My bad.
Are they gonna win by more than 8.5?
15? Yes.
15. Jesus Christ. I don't know about all that, Chief, but I do agree Baltimore here. I'm with you on that, but
Cool.
15. Ooh, it is divisional.
I'm glad we ain't got to talk too much about that. Next up, we have the Tennessee Titans, who just got rid of their star wide receiver,
I would say so, yeah.
um,
D Hop, yeah.
and they're gonna go into the Lion Den
And
to face off against Detroit.
they're gonna get 11.5 points as they do so. 11 and a
Mm,
half. That's so many.
that's a lot of points. That is a lot of points,
It's
and it's not
too
enough.
bad it's not enough. Yeah, that's what I was
Not
gonna
enough.
say.
It's not enough. It's gonna upset me when this game goes into garbage time and they catch up within 11 because Detroit threw in their backups and they just let them play. It's gonna be upsetting.
Yeah,
But
it is.
yeah, no, I can't willfully bet against Detroit on
No,
this one.
I don't blame you. I agree. Let's move on. We got the Indianapolis Colts heading to the Houston Texans. Good old divisional game. Indy getting 5.5. I'm gonna say this. I believe Richardson is starting. I'm taking Houston personally.
I am also taking Houston. I will say, however, if they do something that they did last week where they didn't really throw the ball, Houston could be in a little bit more trouble.
Maybe let me. I just want to see
I don't
something.
necessarily know how the Colts are against the run, but I know that
That's
was one of the bigger takeaways.
that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
So last week, the Colts won last week. Achan from the Dolphins, which we've watched some of his highlights. A little bit of a beast.
Dude's nasty.
He ran for 77, but which doesn't sound a lot like a crazy game.
But you know they're gonna run.
But you knew they were going to run because their quarterback was Tyler Huntley, who only threw the ball 13 times in that entire game.
Yeah.
So when you know that the run is going to be a primary, also for the record, this is crazy to see. Tyler Huntley went 7 for 13 for 87 yards and one touchdown. So 7 completions. Jonnu Smith had 7 receptions for the Dolphins. Here's the problem. For 96 yards. I'm now confused. Did they like throw in a trick play or something? Did somebody else throw the football? I'm not sure did Huntley get hurt? I'm not sure what happened. I didn't watch that game. The point is they only had a total of 49 passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
You knew they were going to be running the ball. And Achan still put up 77. In a team where it's a little more dynamic, I don't think that'll be as much of a easy stop as it was.
I would hope so. We're both going Texans. Next up, we have the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Going to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And,
spread is not as big as I thought it would be.
Sure, you've heard that before, but continue.
A time or two. Jacksonville getting 3.5.
Oh wow! I don't have to contemplate that. I'm picking Green Bay.
Yeah, I agree. That's
weird.
That's a really, really small spread for this game, in my opinion.
Is there a injury that I don't know about? No, I mean Green Bay is as broken as they have been.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, then I'm taking Green Bay, and we can move on. Honestly,
all right.
Arizona is heading to Miami. We just got done talking about Miami. However, Miami is getting back Tua.
That is true.
And I think that's factored here because Arizona is getting 3.5 points.
Man. That's
I want to see something real quick. I want to see what Arizona's been doing this year because we've seen some stuff. Skidded past the Chargers, throttled by the Packers, skidded past the 49ers, throttled by the Commanders,
what does he look like?
Beat by the Lions, throttled the Rams, beat by the Bills. Okay. So lost to the Bills, beat the Rams who were injury ridden at the time. Lost to the Lions, throttled by the Commanders, barely beat the 49ers who are injury ridden isn't even the word. And on top of that, just completely collapsed in that game because they were killing it at halftime. And then throttled by the Packers and then barely beat the Chargers. I don't think I can in good conscience take the Cardinals in this game. I'm going to go ahead and take Miami.
I think I'm going to do the same. If Miami was going up against a slightly better team, I'd probably have to go the other way.
Yeah.
but
It was.
up against the
Or
Cardinals,
if the
who
spread was a little bit more.
true, yes, yes, agreed.
But I do
Um,
think that this could be a 1-touchdown game. So I'm gonna take Miami.
moving on to the Jets versus the Patriots.
Nice size spread here. Patriots getting 7 at home.
That's a lot of points.
Especially at home against a divisional rival that's been, for all intents and purposes, playing like dog shit.
Who would be the second game with Devontae Adams?
True.
Time for practice and
True.
getting the flow back.
For the record, last time the Jets and Patriots play earlier this year, Jets won 24-3. But that was when Jacoby was starting.
Now it's Drake May.
And now it's Drake May. I don't know if that matters as much.
How did Drake May do last week?
Let me see. Last week, the Patriots lost to the Jags in London, but Drake May went 26 for 37, 276 and 2 tutties. Here's the problem. His 3 carries for 18 yards were also the leader of the team in rushing.
Damn.
I think their running back got hurt
Mm.
in practice. I think I remember that. I'm going to take the Jets. Week 2 of Devontae. I'm going to take the Jets.
Yeah. I'm also going to take the Jets to cover that spread.
All right. Let's move on. We got Atlanta heading into Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay plus 2.5. Now I know a lot of people might be saying, is that fair? They've been very similar. They've been competing. Tampa Bay doesn't have a wide receiver anymore. Mike Evans is out until at least week 12. Godwin's out for the year. Baker don't got nobody to throw to.
That's true.
I'm going to take Atlanta. I have to. They've both been
How many
playing.
points is Tampa getting?
Tampa's only getting 2.5. Yeah. If it was more than that, I would be tempted, but less than a field goal, I got to take the team I think's going to win. And I just don't know a world where Tampa can win without a wide receiver.
Nah, I mean, I have to agree. Like,
Baker's been balling. I'm not taking
He
anything away from
has.
Baker.
he has to throw it to
But
somebody.
he can only ball out if he's got a wide receiver. And he just went from 2 A-tier wide receivers to 0. That's just the facts. So, move on.
Yeah, to the Eagles rolling in to face off against the Bengals.
I want this to be a good game so bad. Philly getting 2.5.
Thoughts? This could be a really good game.
It could be.
Could.
I see. Here's the thing. I want to say, the Bengals struggled last week against the Browns. really not that it. But then I look back at the week before that, and Philly struggled against the Browns.
I know who I'm picking. I got my pick.
I'm gonna take Cincy.
And I'm going to take Philly.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is one of those ones I think definitely can go either way.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like I'm looking at the injury list and like Saquon's fully rested up, Sweat's rested up, Slay's rested up, fully ready to go.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of their playmakers.
I get it.
I think Goddard is out though.
I get it. I just think
Goddard might be out.
I think
Anyway.
since he might be on a bit of a roll, we'll see. It's interesting though. I will say this is actually kind of fascinating to look at. Last week, Philly beat the Giants and Cincy beat the Browns. The week before that, Cincy beat the Giants and Philly beat the Browns. So they've played the same two teams in the last 2 weeks. And they both won both games. So it's interesting. It'll be an interesting demo. I think that these two teams are very well matched up in terms of skills. So this will be a good game. I hope. Let's move on.
Yep.
We got New Orleans. They're heading out to LA to take on the Chargers. And I don't understand this. But New Orleans is getting 7.5.
Okay.
Now I get that Derek Carr is still probably out. I get that. I do. But the Chargers are ass. Chargers just lost to the Cardinals. Justin Herbert threw for 350 yards last week, but couldn't throw a touchdown. How do you put up 350 and don't get into the end zone once?
Not to be a dickhead.
So, in all fairness, I haven't been really watching any Jaguar games, so I don't know if it's play calling, I don't know if it's like drop passes or what, but I do know they have not been playing well.
Look, man, here's the thing. Without Derek Carr, I don't think that the Saints are great. But they still got Alvin Kamara. And
who just got an
extension.
Deal.
Got an extension, yeah. And on top of that, looking at what happened last week with the Chargers, James Conner put up 100 yards against the Chargers. And that's not shitting on James Conner. James Conner's a little tank. But Alvin Kamara and James Conner are not comparable. Kamara is through and through better. Kamara is one of the best, I would say, top 3 running backs in the league right now. If Connor's putting up 100 yards on, and was he dropped? Yeah, the Cardinals ran for 181 on the Chargers last week because of Kyler and stuff like that. You factor in that, Kamara's going to run all over this team. And you're gonna give them 7.5. I'm gonna take them.
Yeah, so I'm also taking the Saints, mainly because I don't think these teams are going to play much better than each other. I think it's probably going to end up being close.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it will be close.
Getting 7 points.
If it's not close, I think it's because the Saints blow them out. Like, this is either a blowout in their favor or a close game. I don't see the Chargers blowing them out. I don't. So, let's move on.
On to the next, we have Buffalo Bills. Sorry. just fucking
The
loading
fog,
in my
the
head for
fog,
a second.
buffer.
Yeah,
You got a
brain
buffer.
fog. Yeah, yeah,
The Buffalo
yeah.
buffers.
Sometimes you got a buffer. But yeah, you got the Bills playing off against the Seattle Seahawks.
Seahawks getting 3 at home.
But have
Hmm.
the headset take it off?
I'm gonna say for now, for me, not enough.
Headset take it off? Did one of y'all
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Only 3? You said
Only
3?
3.
No, I'm not. Well, I'm not gonna
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to take the Bills on this one.
Okay.
But with the next game, which I am actually looking forward to seeing, the Chicago Bears,
Da Bears.
the Bears, going up against the Washington. Say it with me now. Commanders.
I need to check this and make sure I didn't write this down wrong. Because I think I wrote this down wrong.
Well, yeah, a plus 12 spread to the Bears is probably not accurate.
Right.
Yeah.
No. See, that would actually make more sense than the fact that the Commanders are getting points.
The Commanders are getting points?
They're getting 3. Something's got to be wrong with Washington. Something's got to have happened.
What happened in Washington?
Something had to have happened. There's no way.
I don't have their entry list.
Commanders Bears Week 8 injury report. So the Washington's released their injury report. Jaden Daniels hasn't practiced all week.
Why?
Rib. Granted, we're doing this on Friday morning. Could practice today or, whatever.
Right.
All right, so their injury report right now. Their left tackle, concussion, did not practice. Jaden Daniels, rib, did not practice. Their guard, ankle, limited. Defensive end, Dorrance Armstrong, rib, limited. Their center, Tyler Biadasz, thumb, limited. One of their wide receivers, ankle, limited. One of their other defensive end, Clellan Ferrell, did not practice. Limited on Wednesday, did not practice on Thursday. That makes it sound like it got worse. Linebacker Dante Fowler Jr., groin, limited. Their tackle, limited for neck. One of their safeties, limited for shin. So a lot of limiteds.
According to ESPN, Jaden Daniels is expected to practice
today. Okay. I don't see the reasoning here. I don't see the reasoning here for why the Commanders are getting 3. I mean,
probably because as of right now, Jaden Daniels is not listed to start.
Yeah, but listed doesn't matter. They take into effect reports. Everything suggests he will play.
I mean, kind of. I guess it kind of depends on how he feels after today.
Everything I'm looking at is like people saying bold prediction, there's going to be a big thing. Bears coach says Jaden Daniels isn't who they fear in the Commanders' offense. I don't know how that's true. I don't know who else you would fear.
I think for this, I'm still gonna take Washington. I'm gonna take it under the idea that Jaden Daniels is playing.
Oh, you know what? Daniels didn't. They took him out last week, didn't they?
They did.
But then, even then, Marcus Mariota balled out.
Yeah,
Granted, it was against Panthers.
but still, it's not like he's coming on rusty if he does play. He played last game.
Yeah,
I'm confident in taking Washington. I think this will be the Bears' first test, like real test, to see if they're an actual team this year. Of course, I say that now, and we're gonna get to the game. And it's gonna be Marcus Mariota. He's gonna play like shit, and then next week we're gonna be like, "Well, did they really get tested by Washington?"
Yeah, I wish that we could do like a thing where it was like, if Daniels plays Washington, if Mariota plays Chicago, because the Mariota plays, I feel like Chicago's defense is gonna chew on that kind of situation. But we can't. We have to go based off what we know, and what we know is they're saying Jaden should play.
And I say we move on with that.
Yep. So we'll take
Washington.
Yeah, taking Washington. Up next, we got Carolina heading into Denver. Bryce Young is playing again.
Cool.
Almost as an insult, Bryce Young is playing again, and the Panthers are getting 10.5.
Yo!
And I'm taking Denver.
I'm going to take the Panthers with the spread.
Wow. Are you sure?
No.
Denver beat New Orleans last week 33-10.
Oh shit. That I did not know. Oh, whoa. Hey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
Damn, so we're taking the Broncos. All right, cool.
Okay.
Cool. Moving on. Next game we got the Kansas City Chiefs
Go to bed. Good night.
facing off against the Raiders.
Raiders getting 9.5 at home.
Damn.
These spreads, bro.
Damn.
These spreads, man.
9.5?
Yeah. It's a divisional game. It's in Vegas. I'm taking the Chiefs.
It's a division game in Vegas. Taking the Chiefs.
They just got D-Hop.
What's the spread?
9.5.
Damn. Yeah. That's crazy. That is crazy. So we're both taking the Chiefs. Moving on.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Sunday Night Football.
Like some more different opinions from you, sir.
I understand, man. Hey, man, you can still stick with the Panthers.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You want to go back to the Panthers?
Good for them if they win and we take that L. Good for them. Good for Bryce Young.
That's true. All right. Sunday Night Football. Dallas Cowboys heading to the San Francisco 49ers.
Yep.
Dallas getting 4.5.
Hmm. Hmm. How's it feel to be the underdogs?
Appropriate. I'm gonna take Dallas with the spread. I don't know if they can win this game. But San Francisco's so fucking riddled with injury that they're losing to teams like Arizona. That they're losing to teams that they shouldn't be losing to. Now they lost to the Chiefs last week, which they should have, but in ugly fashion. You know, I just think, and now they're Debo's out. I think Ayuk is out.
There is a chance for him to play.
All right, so Debo's questionable. Ayuk is out. I think McCaffrey's still out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's out for the season.
Did they say McCaffrey's done?
I thought he was.
Because he hasn't actually played. Christian McCaffrey has missed all of their games because of Achilles tendonitis.
Not even listed on the injury report.
Brandon Ayuk and Javon Hargrave will miss the rest of the season. Debo Samuel is dealing with pneumonia. George Kittle is bothered by a sprained foot. And Jawan Jennings is nursing a hip injury.
Yeah, the 49ers need a bye week.
Bad. They get a bye next week.
Yeah, they need
They
it.
need it. So with all those injuries,
I'm also gonna take the Cowboys. And I feel confident in picking the Cowboys. And there's a reason why I feel confident picking the Cowboys. Because even if they play like shit, right? Dak's gonna throw the ball and get within that spread. So
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like I was even saying, like I don't know if they win this game, but because of how hurt San Francisco is, they might win. They should keep it close.
you guys are a lot healthier now too, though, right? I think you guys only have one guy like injured now. Like a torn ACL.
I'm not sure. I don't know the status on Micah.
He's not listed as far as I can tell. Yeah, according to NFL.com, he is not on the list.
DeMarcus Lawrence isn't on the list because he's on IR.
That's unfortunate. He's one of your guys.
However,
it's a damn shame.
The hope is that we will be getting both Micah Parsons and DaRon Bland back this week. I will say, if we get DaRon Bland back and he's not super rusty, having Bland and Diggs in the back is going to put some lockdown shit on safety positions. That's going to result in a lot of checkdowns. And if Micah comes back, checkdowns are going to get dangerous too. So if this all happens, Dallas could be in a really good place defensively. So we'll see. I'm taking Dallas. If they lose this game, though, I think the season's over.
That would be super unfortunate.
I do think if they lose this game, the season's over.
On to the next game. We have the New York Giants going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh. That can't be right. Hold on. I had to write that down.
Are you saying Pittsburgh's the underdog?
From what
Because that wouldn't make any sense.
Okay, I did write that down wrong. New York is getting 6.5.
I'm going to say that's not enough.
I'm also gonna say that's not enough.
I don't care which quarterback is playing. I'm going to say that's not enough.
Yeah, whether it's Fields or Russ,
Yeah.
I don't think New York can compete. No, yeah.
By the way, for the record, I'm not sure how other people feel about this. If Russ is going to play at even a decent level, I think it's better that he plays. And I say that because I think it's more valuable to Fields to get more time behind somebody.
I would agree if it weren't for the fact that Fields was on a hot streak.
So Fields was playing well, but the parts of his game that he needs to improve, and it's like throwing, it's like more than 15-yard passes. Those parts of his game, Russ is the guy that he needs to be learning behind.
I agree. I just think that there is a place where if you're in the hot seat and you're handling it, you can learn behind the scenes instead of behind the other guy.
Maybe.
If you're balling to the point where you're winning more than you're losing, maybe you're meant to stay in and learn from him in practice. I do think that there is an argument to be had for that. Now if Russ starts playing like old Russ,
Well, he's currently playing like old Russ.
like OG Russ.
Yeah.
If Russ plays like OG Russ, then Fields should sit and learn. But if Russ starts playing like Broncos Russ,
Ooh. It's a bad Russ time.
he's got to go away. But all right, that's going to do it for this week. We only got one that we differ on, other than the game that happened last night. So the only one that's going to matter this week in terms of you either catching up or falling behind is going to be Philly and Cincy, unless you want to take back that Carolina pick and stick with Carolina.
You know, this could be that Bryce Young comeback story. We'll have to see. We'll have to see the next week, not this week.
Right. But that's going to do it. Hopefully we have a week like we did last week, where we both get 10 plus in the dub column.
That was nice.
That was real nice. That was huge, honestly, because like I was like right on that teeter point.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm 9 games ahead in my standings.
Okay, cool.
If we can have another one of those, you'll be in that boat next week too. And that's what I'm hoping for. I want both of us to finish this season positive.
Right.
That's what I want.
In the standings, not with COVID. All right.
No, we just watched a movie all about that. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know who you guys got going this week. Also, let's go ahead and do our thing. Highest scoring team of the week. Baltimore.
The Lions.
Ooh. Against Tennessee? Yeah. You might be right on that.
Yeah.
You might be right on that. I'm going to stick with Baltimore just because Cleveland's so ass. But you might be right on that. It's going to be between them for sure. Lowest scoring team of the week.
Carolina.
Ooh.
Wait, did they bench Danny Dimes?
The Giants?
Did I hear something about that?
Yeah, they did.
I'm gonna go with the Giants as the lowest scoring team.
Who? Well, hold on. Who's the backup?
I don't know.
Who's? Hold on. Giants. Who's scheduled to be their starter?
Someone who for a long time they thought wasn't better than Daniel Jones.
It's gonna be. Even Google doesn't know. That's crazy.
Maybe Brady's coming out of retirement.
To go to the one team he couldn't beat in the Super Bowl. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on the Giants. And then highest scoring overall game. Chicago,
I'm
Washington.
gonna say Eagles, Bengals.
I was looking at that too. I was also looking at Buffalo, Seattle. I'm gonna stick with Chicago, Washington though. All right.
Oh,
Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you guys know that we just completely fucked up on here. And with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys in week 9. Best of luck to your teams, unless they're the 49ers and the Jaguars. And with all that being said, as always, that is Brett. I'm Pip. Y'all the greatest. And when in doubt, we'll see you next time.